She is Alessandra Alves de Lima, a name that radiates power, perseverance, and sculpted beauty. Born on July 23, 1992, in the small town of Afonso Claudio, Brazil, Alessandra rose from humble beginnings to become one of the most admired female bodybuilders and fitness trainers in her country. Residing in Rio de Janeiro, she has built a massive following on Instagram and YouTube thanks to her unapologetically muscular physique, her dedication to training, and her mission to inspire strength in others. Standing around 5 feet 4 inches, 163 centimeters, tall, and weighing roughly 70 kilograms, 154 pounds, Alessandra carries her mass with powerful proportions that turn every workout into a showcase of strength. Her physique is the result of hard-won discipline, massive, round glutes, approximately 108 centimeters, thick and structured thighs, approximately 70 centimeters, a waist that is defined but still strong, approximately 73 centimeters, all balanced by muscular calves and a strong back that supports heavy loads day after day. Her arms are no less impressive, firm biceps and triceps that flex with purpose. Her chest is full and strong, her shoulders broad and sculpted. Every angle reveals a story of resistance, of weights lifted and limits pushed. Her back is not only a foundation but a statement. Deep lats, visible striations, muscle fibers that show years of progressive load, pull-ups, rows, and deadlifts. Her legs, from quadriceps that swell in the descent of a squat, to hamstrings that strain under deadlifts, to calves that support all that power, are nothing short of formidable. All this combined, Alessandra's silhouette is not just aesthetically striking. It's earned. It's the outcome of consistency, of pain endured, and progress claimed.
Olá pessoal, meu nome é Alessandra Alves e hoje, como sempre, estamos aqui na The Black Gym para mandar um treininho de quadríceps que vocês me pedem muito, para desenvolver essa parte aqui do lateral e do medial. Fiquem comigo até o final, porque hoje eu vou falar para vocês um pouquinho da RNA.
Ladies and gentlemen, athletes, dreamers, and everyone watching who's ever been told that it is impossible. Today, I want to talk about what it means to become more than you were yesterday. I want to talk about discipline dressed as sweat, about the quiet obsession that turns ordinary days into extraordinary bodies and minds. I want to tell you a story you already know the shape of, but tonight we'll feel it. The story of Alessandra Alves. Not just a set of muscles, not just a viral clip or a headline, but a living testament to what persistence, focus, and reverence for craft can create. Alessandra didn't arrive at strength by accident. She arrived by appointment, with herself. She scheduled hours in the gym the way other people schedule meetings. She honored the repetition that builds toughness. Heavy squats, deliberate hip thrusts, lunges with measured descent, leg presses that demand everything you have. Those movements are not merely exercises, they are arguments with your limits, structured debates where the only acceptable outcome is growth. Whether it's a long, brutal quad day or a focused glutes session, Alessandra makes the gym a proving ground, a place where excuses go to die and potential is forced into form. What makes her remarkable is the marriage of method and intensity. Watch a clip of her training and you'll see more than flash. You'll see technique tuned to purpose. She times rest, she breathes on command, and she approaches every rep as rehearsal for a higher standard. The scenes you might have seen, the heavy barbell squats, the ankle-anchored hip thrusts, the isolation work that sculpts muscle, aren't there to impress. They're there because she knows what works. She's learned the value of progressive overload, of respecting recovery, and of pushing when others pause. That's not showmanship. That's mastery. And then there are the moments that capture the imagination, feats that feel like small miracles of human strength. Maybe you've seen the viral clip of her crushing a watermelon between her thighs, a spectacle that made people online stop, gasp, and ask, how? The answer is never magic. It's a decade of training the muscles that others stop training because they're hard. It's a discipline that says, I will add weight when I am tired. I will repeat when I am bored. I will return when I am broken. That watermelon wasn't crushed by chance. It was crushed by a life designed toward a single direction: power. But strength without story is shallow. Alessandra's message, the message embedded in her reels, her collaborations, and her daily posts, is complex and human. It's about the grind and the grace. She shows that to be muscular is to be visible. To be visible is to be vulnerable. And to be vulnerable is to be brave. In training footage with peers and icons of Brazilian fitness, you can see a community that lifts each other, literally and figuratively, toward better versions of themselves. That's the second lesson she gives us. Greatness is contagious. Surround yourself with people who demand more of you. Find training partners who will call out sloppy form, who will spot you when your ego balks, who will celebrate your small wins like they're their own. Listen, motivation is a strange beast. It arrives in flashes and it leaves faster than you expect. What creates lasting change, what turns fleeting hype into lasting transformation, is ritual. Alessandra's life is full of rituals. Consistent meals planned for performance, structured training, weeks that cycle intensity and recovery, and the relentless pursuit of technical mastery on every lift. Those rituals are boring, and that's why they work. They take the fireworks and replace them with a reliable furnace that converts small daily effort into monumental results. If you want change, build rituals around your goals. Make your environment support your success. Sleep, nutrition, warm-ups, mobility, and programmed progression. They are not glamorous, but they are undefeated. I don't want you to think this is only about heavy weights and smashed watermelons. The deeper truth Alessandra teaches is about identity. Training like she trains rewrites your internal narrative. You start telling yourself different stories. I am someone who finishes what they start. I am someone who prioritizes my health. I am someone who respects my body enough to challenge it. Over time, those sentences become the architecture of your life. Muscle is visible, yes, but the invisible growth, confidence, patience, resilience is the real trophy. The physical body is merely the evidence that the mind has been programmed for discipline. So, what are the practical lessons you can borrow from her routine tonight? First, respect the compound lifts: squats, deadlifts, lunges, hip thrusts. These are your currency. They build more than size, they build capability. Second, prioritize progressive overload. Increase weight, reps, or volume little by little. Third, structure your week. Have dedicated days for quads, glutes, hamstrings, rest, and mobility. Fourth, recovery is not optional. Sleep, nutrition, and active recovery days are the mortar between your bricks of training. Finally, community matters. Seek partners, coaches, and mentors who will keep your standards high. These aren't secrets, they're commitments. Motivation also needs context. When you watch her videos, she's not just displaying achievement, she's narrating an ethic. Her posts encourage women to lift heavy, to reject the myth that the strength is a masculine-only domain. She reframes strength as feminine, beautiful, and liberating. That repositioning is radical in its quiet way. It invites a whole generation of women to redefine what they think is possible for their own bodies and lives. If you are a woman watching this, hear this. The weights do not make you less feminine. They make you stronger, freer, and more capable of everything else you want in life. Let me be candid. The path won't be neat. There will be plateaus where you feel stuck. There will be days you hate the mirror. There will be critics who reduce your effort to spectacle. But remember this: every athlete who looks effortless has logged 1,000 boring hours. Every viral moment is supported by years of invisible labor. The ridicule and the applause are both part of the same arc. Use the criticism as fuel. Keep the applause as a checkpoint, not the finish line. Your work does not require universal approval. It requires your consent. Say yes to yourself more often than you say yes to comfort. Now imagine your montage, a slow build-up from the first tentative rep to the confident lockout. The camera captures calloused hands gripping the bar, beads of sweat tracing the jawline, and the slow, controlled descent into the squat. Cut to collaboration footage, high fives with training partners, shared smiles after a brutal set, a hand that steadies the bar when the body falters. Then the watermelon clip. Not for shock, but as proof that what you've been building has purpose. Overlay the scene with the line, "You don't find strength, you cultivate it." That sentence is not just a caption, it's an instruction manual. Before I finish, let me leave you with a practical challenge. 3 promises you can make tonight that Alessandra's life invites you to try. 1. Promise to 1 disciplined hour per day, not motivation dependent, just scheduled. You'll be surprised how much momentum 1 hour creates. 2. Promise to track incremental progress. Add 2.5 to 5% more weight or 1 more rep every week. Progress compounds. 3. Promise to protect recovery, sleep, hydration, and a mobility session per week. If training is the investment, recovery is the interest that grows it. These promises are small enough to start and large enough to matter. If you keep them, you'll be astonished at what becomes possible in a single year. Alessandra's story is not a blueprint you must replicate exactly. It's a philosophy you can adopt. Craft your life with intention. Refuse shortcuts that steal your growth, and celebrate the daily grind that makes feats possible. Whether you're an athlete chasing a personal best or someone simply trying to feel strong in your own skin, her example offers a roadmap. Not an easy one, but a truthful one. Strength is patient, and strength is earned. It's also generous. As you grow, you offer others permission to grow too. So when doubt creeps in, when the weights feel heavy and the hours look long, remember the watermelon. Remember that absurd, beautiful act, something ordinary transformed into a testament. Let it remind you that discipline turns the everyday into the extraordinary. Keep showing up, keep adding the little things, and in time the world will stop being surprised by your power. It will simply be used to seeing you stand in it, unshakable, deliberate, and fully alive. Now go, put on your shoes, plan your hour, call a friend to train with you, and lift not for the likes but for the life you are building. Be relentless, be humane, be stubborn about your progress, and above all, believe that your own becoming is worth every drop of sweat.